Hey there. Welcome. Quick shout out to those that are tuning in, who continuously tune in, continuously check in. Let me know how I'm doing. Keep me going. I appreciate y'all so much. So welcome. So let's start this oracle meditation. And we do that by lighting our candle and connecting back to breath. So start clearing your thoughts. Start working on that imagination. This is not our first rodeo, but welcome to those that are new. We light this candle to connect back to a frequency, to let Mother Earth know that we are here, we are checking in. We are sitting in the second phase of the moon. We just completed or entered into the new moon, which was all about setting intentions. Looking within, we are starting at the root chakra, which means that we have just established our roots. We are working on that safety. We know that we are safe. We know that we are children, and we know that it is not for us to worry about what's to come because we can create it. We can influence it. But it takes working on that imagination and sitting in the stillness of the quiet. I came up with this oracle meditation because I had trouble doing it by myself. So, for those of you that don't know, I am influenced by movies. And this podcast was like a checklist of a movie that I wanted to kind of emulate and be that voice in the dark. So know that we are all connecting to our breath, and when we all consciously think about the same thing and working on that healing part of ourselves so that we can incorporate more goodness into the world. It's not your job or my job or anyone's job to make you happy. It's your job. It's your job to know and understand your uniqueness in the world. And when you connect back to breath, you connect back to an imagination. You start to learn to inhale the blessings, the medicine, and the magic that's in the air. And then it won't be so hard to transition from one mindset to the other. When we change our thoughts, we change our frequency. That's how it works. But you have to, it starts with you. Get connected back to breath. Sit in the moon phases. Right now we are in the second phase of the moon, the waxing crescent, getting ready to come over that hump. We are, and I'm not even joking, this is the time for creating that safety, to prepare yourself for what's to come without fear. When things come up that trigger you, we breathe. And we let that energy go through us. We try not to take it personally. We practice not taking it personally. We try to work with those 5 agreements. To remain skeptical but listen. To stay in that higher mindset. To not lower that vibration by arguing or getting mad, but by dissecting why you feel like that and letting it go. We are working in that second chakra, the sacral chakra, which is about relationships, which is about self-worth. Again, when you are triggered, understand that that is your body ready to release something. When you sit in breath and you don't blame, you explore. We are sitting in the moon phase of Pisces, which is about the feet, which is about understanding oneself. Isn't that funny? So imagine what is bubbling up, what triggers you, quote unquote. I like that word trigger because it's the next word to fire, which is the next word to release. And then you deal with the outcome, good and bad. So what triggers you that allows you to release and to work on something deeper? What are you preparing yourself for? These are all questions that need to be answered here. You are learning about you and your uniqueness and your superpower. No one said it was going to be easy. No one said speaking up was going to be easy. But you have to be rooted in the truth. Your story, you are the main character. Everyone writes their story down and is willing to share it. Calling it something new, facing your troubles. Oh, that was yesterday's. But here we get to shed it. We've entered into the year of the snake, which is all about shedding our skin and shedding the past. Like the snake sheds its skin. A cycle. A reminder to release and renew. These cards are just a way for us to use our imagination to explore a different meaning, knowing that we are all walking a red road, and the red road that leads to the sacred mountains. When we walk the red road to the sacred mountains, we pick up keys that unlock doors to opportunities, to unlock our breath, our imagination that eventually unlocks the chambers in our heart that create that magic. The direction that we are sitting in now, that we are headed on, once again, nurturing, coral. Native Americans believe that the coral represents the blood of the Mother Earth that runs through our veins, that reminds us of the nurturing ability that we all have. And this is the time that we are sitting in, to be gentle with ourselves, to prepare ourselves, to prepare those relationships, to understand your self-worth, to understand oneself. That's nurturing. To sit in your imagination. The sign and the symbols that come across our path. The rattle. The rattle is calling us back home. When the rattle comes up, big medicine is upon us. Just like babies, Great Spirit is telling us, not that way, this way. That rattle is a spirit caller, carrying our prayers in all the four directions. Rattle is calling to invite us to work with the tools of Great Spirit. Know that you are being chosen. Could it be that that's why it's getting harder? We're being offered this Creator's tool to put it to use for its divine purpose, to set those old habits aside and step into that partnership with our Creator. To call on all of our prayers and our wishes and our hopes. The animal that steps before us to help us. Invest in community. Our elder Canada goose. Invest in community. You know you are not doing it alone. We are not doing this alone. We have found our flock, our pack, going over water, Pisces, the water element, spreading our wings, knowing that we have found each other. The ancestor that walks with us that had a message, stand tall. Stay with those hopes and dreams for the future. The idea of freedom for all, freedom to explore and unite our magic. Don't stop breathing. Let that imagination fly. Know that you are on a soul coaching. We all are. United. Our soul is letting us know that it is time to communicate. I love that. Once again, that little child, not afraid of the big tiger, her kitty. Communication, the communication that comes from the heart and that allows you to speak that truth without hesitation. You've worked on that. Those words are surrounded with love, and they will protect you. You have to believe it. Be willing to stand before the crowd and share from that center. This isn't time to shy away. Have the strength of the tiger. We can heal ourselves through communication. You're a natural teacher, a natural communicator. Could it be that healing is sharing is healing within? Know that we are all raising our vibration, creating those foundations of self-worth, of understanding oneself. No one can do it your way. Once again, when you figure this out, you will realize that your vibration makes a sound. And when we work together on a common idea, even if it's healing you, you are part of that soul coaching, that soul connection. When you nurture yourself, when you hear the rattle, and you invest in our community, you can stand tall and know that your words are powerful and are creating that foundation, that higher vibration, that intuition. You can hear it. Ground from the roots. Look at us. Spreading our arms high to the sky. We are that connection between our Mother Earth and our Father in the sky, creating those foundations of faith, of understanding oneself, understanding that your uniqueness, that's important. That creates that foundation of faith, that sense of unity. We couldn't do it without you. We're working in that second chakra, establishing the roots in the first. We're only a few days into that second. Work on those relationships. Weed out what no longer serves you. Know that you are finding your uniqueness, your superpower. Scarlet Witch is asking us to explore beyond the veil. That veil is your limitation. Don't judge the card. Don't judge words that you might be misleading. Your intention is what matters. When we explore beyond the veil, beyond our uncomfortableness, beyond our comfortableness, there's answers out there. But it starts with you. No one's journey is the same. We all might be walking that red road, but we are all experiencing and seeing something different. These cards only offer us a glimpse into what is possible. But look at your own situation. Is it time to prepare yourself? Could you work on that relationship with yourself to increase your worth? To understand the layers of oneself? Sitting in that Pisces dreamy time, working our imagination, standing tall, knowing that there is a community out there for you. But you need to speak up. Use your words. Know that you are not just imagining a world, but creating the foundations. because it starts with the roots. I dare you. Explore beyond that veil of limitation and let me know how it goes. But first, let's release any physical tension that we might have picked up in the chaos. And it starts with a body scan. So do me a favor. Imagine a hoop that is glowing and hovering high above your head. Imagine. Inhale, let that hoop go up. Exhale, let it sink down. Gently. Relaxing your forehead. Closing your eyes. Releasing your tongue, your jaw, your neck, your throat, your shoulders. Inhale, all the way back up. Imagine. Exhale, let it sink down maybe just a bit faster, but this time, let it create a bubble in its wake. That bubble, that's our transportation. That hoop, that's our relaxation. Work on your imagination. Work on your breath. Inhale. Don't stop breathing. Let that bubble take over. That hoop relax you. Sink. Sink. No rush. Work on that imagination. Inhale. Each breath sinking further into the dark. Follow that path. Right now we are working on that conscious, subconscious mind. You've reached the end. Tie off that hoop. Tie off that bubble. Create a balloon. A long cord. Rope. Ribbon. Connect it back to Mother Earth. Feel that connection once again. Your mind will remember that core memory of being with your mother. That is sacred. Every day we are reminded that we are simple children. Sink into the darkness. Find comfort in the dark. Sink. Let that frequency raise that self-confidence. Increase that self-worth. We're being called for reflection. Don't take any action right now. Instead, let's retreat to this safe space, in between worlds, meditating, preparing ourselves for when our inner knowing is prepared to come out. It's in there. We're grounding our roots, preparing for that storm. Change is upon us. That's why we are asked to ground ourselves and to stand tall, to reach our arms up to the sky, to explore beyond that veil of limitations. Now sink. Sink deeper into the dark. Let our mother call us back, calling us with a baby rattle. Follow that noise. Follow that sweet sound of distraction. Not that way, this way. leading us to the water, where she has prepared for us a fire. Mother Earth has prepared a fire by a bank of a river. In the winter, snow on the ground, but we won't feel the snow. Come. Place your feet in the snow, like roots of a tree, the warmth melting all around you. Feel that connection, that stability. Feel that relationship with Mother growing once again, reaching your arms out to the sky like a tree, being that connection to the sky, to the earth, feeling the wind. This is our community, like trees, encouraging, offering shelter. You come. Get closer to the fire. And let's do a session of EFT where we can release what no longer serves us. So it starts with finding that area on your hand where you do a karate chop and wake up that emotional body. Tap. Move to that area on your eye, that third eye area, and repeat this phrase. I am in the process of making positive changes in all areas of my life. Tap the side of your eye and don't stop. Start repeating. I am in the process of making positive changes in all areas of my life. Move to under your eye and tap. I am in the process of making positive changes in all areas of my life. Under your nose, say it louder. Tap. I am in the process of making positive changes in all areas of my life. Slide it under your lip on your chin and tap. And repeat. I am in the process of making positive changes in all areas of my life. Slide down your throat to your collarbone and tap. I am in the process of making positive changes in all areas of my life. Now slide it under your arm like you're giving yourself half a hug and tap. I am in the process of making positive changes in all areas of my life. Now tap the top of your head and let that sink in. That is your Control-Alt-Delete button. Know that by doing that particular sequence, we are deleting files, we are deleting programs, inserting new ones, and allowing our body to do what our mind may be overwhelmed in doing. These are the different layers we're learning. So welcome to your new community. If you're ready. No need to worry. No need to do anything. Let your mother call you back. Away from the fire. Away from the snow and the water. And back to the void. Almost. No longer sit in fear. Know that you can release it. Know that you found a community who will stand with you, who will listen to you and hear your words. Create that stable foundation for your roots to grow. Be willing to explore beyond the veil. And know that you are in the process of making positive changes in all aspects of your life. So thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing to share the message of connection. Be reminded that you're a blessing. So wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Open your eyes. Open your eyes to all of your magic. You are a cycle breaker, a magician, We know the secret. So invest in your community. Take the time to nurture yourself. Prepare yourself for that increase in self-worth. So once again, you are a blessing in this world, so I offer you more blessings to you, to me, and to all who listen.